viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Miriki Stitches. Today I'm going to show you on how to make the pants. You've seen on the thumbnail we've already made a video on the shades already, so now I'm going to the leftover fabric is what I'm going to use to make the pants, and this is what is required for the short. Full length, the thigh, the hips line, waist and the knee circumference. So that's what we're going to use. First I'm going to start by folding it to take. Now the folds, before you fold your fabric, you're going to use your thigh to fold the fabric. Now your thigh, how to get it? You're going to divide your thigh by 2, which is 12. Then I'll add plus 1 inch, making it 13. That's what I'm going to use in folding. If you watch my previous video on how to cut a jumpsuit, I think you have an idea of what I'm talking about. But if you've not, please try and watch the video so you could have a better knowledge. So I'm going to fold it. Like I said, this is the leftover fabric from the shirt we made. Now, to be on the safer side, I will advise you should use 1 year for this. It's still the chiffon. I'm using. Now I'm going to fold it at 13. As I said, you're taking 13. You make sure everything is 13, 13, 13. Please, you can use your pins to hold it down. When you wear chiffon, it shifts a lot. You won't have issues and you won't have excess. Now see 13. Shift it till you have 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. Okay, then after having your 13, you're going to take the full length. The full length here is 18 plus 2 inches. We have 20. So I'm marking out the 20 at once. The 20. The 2 inches is for the bending allowance. Okay. Okay, you're going to mark the 1 inch out, the 1 inch for the 13, like I said, because it's supposed to be 12, but you took 13. So I'm marking out the 1 inch, so we won't be confused. Okay, then still mark out the 2 inches. That's where the 18 stops, so you won't have issues too, especially for the beginners. So that's it. Now the next thing you're going to measure is the crotch depth. Now, how to get the crotch depth? You're going to divide the hips by 4. Remember, when I did the jumpsuit, I said you divide it by 4, then you add 3 inches, but here you're not adding anything. So you divide the hips by 4. We have 9.5. That's how you're going to mark the line for the crotch depth. 9.5. That's 38. You can subtract the half to have your 9. That's, sorry, 9.5. It matters because it's 38. 9.5. Please use your tape because this thing shifts a lot. It won't give you error. Okay, now that is your line. Don't forget, I'm taking now this as my upper side, while this remains the down part. Forget about me measuring the length here. It's the same thing. If I turn the tape now this way, I'll still have the 20. Have you seen it? So I'm going to take here as my waist. This is my crotch depth, and this is the down part, like I said. So I'm going to mark out my after having the crotch depth. I'm going to mark out my this thing on my hips on the crotch depth. Like I said, hips here is what, 38 divided by 2, we have 9 half, or 5 by 4, sorry, we have 9 half. Then we add an allowance of 2 half, 2 half. That's for this flap or the crotch. Some people call it flap. Now you mark out your waist. Now you draw the line, this particular hips line to the waist. Are we finished? Now the next thing you're going to do is to mark out your waist, and this time is going to be on the other side. So from the line of this waist, you mark out your waist. The waist here is 30. That's 30 divided by 4. We have 7 half. This is the 7 half. And you put allowance for the 1 half for the, or 2, depending on what you want. But I'll urge you to use 1 half. You put this is for the pocket. Now on the line of this waist, you mark your hips line, which is what, 8. Don't forget, is your hips also that you use in determining the crotch depth. Now you measure it from this line to check if your hips accommodate. It does, which is, this is a 38, and you're left with just half here for sewing. Now the half, you're going to, instead of cutting it, you're just going to open it. You're not cutting it out, but you just need to open it. Now we're going to the thigh, to the knee, since the pant stops at the knee level. On measuring the knee, we had knee circumference 16. Now we're going to divide these 12 that we had into 2 by 2, and we're going to have 6 here. So we had 16. Now 16 divided by 4, you now have one side to be 4, while the other side also is 4. Sorry, I'm using this other chalk. Why I'm using this other chalk is that the tailor's chalk will be slippery on it. That's why I had to use classroom chalk. Now on the side of the 4, you now add your 1 inch allowance. But on this other side, please don't add anything. You now connect it. Then you bring out your flap here by placing your tape from the crotch depth here upside down. From the crotch line here, you take it upside down. You take 3, then you round it. Then you connect it here to here. Now the next thing you're going to do, you connect it to the 4, from the crotch depth here to the 4 we had here. What you're going to do, another thing you're going to do now, is to slope the waist. You're going to slope the waist here by 1 inch. So you mark out your 1, taking it from here to where you have waist. That's all for the trouser, for the front bodies. That's all for the front bodies of the trouser, the pants. So I'm going to start cutting now from the length here. Place your hand and do not shift. Like what I said, when you get here, you're not going to cut it, you just open it. Remember, the allowance you put was only like half. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to dress it well. Please use your pin now because it's very, very necessary. Hold down all these parts. Especially the flap. You don't have to allow it to move. I'm going to fold the back as well with some inches allowance for the flap too, front flap. I'm going to fold the back now. One is not easy. Okay, that now. Okay, so we'll now place our front. Now what we're interested in, the major thing we're interested in is here, this flap. You have to extend by 2/2. 2/2 extension is okay, but if the person is fat, please just add like 3 inches to the flap here so that it won't be too tight. Now you extend here too by 1.5 inch. 1/2, and you slope it to the back. That's for the back piece. Here you now increase it by 1 inch at 1 in front here, because 1/2 will be too big. Now at 1, and you slope it directly to where you have the crotch. Then you take here 2 inches, then directly from where you have here this thing, you measure 4, sorry, you measure 3. Now from the 3 you can start taking up 1/2 for the allowance. 1/2, 1/2 till the down part. 1/2. So the back, this other side remains the way it was. Okay, that's how it goes. We are going to cut it out now. Okay. This is for the back and the front bodies. So I'm going to insert my this thing now. The pocket like what we kept 1/2. So I'm measuring it out from here, 1/2. Then I'll take it to 1 inch above the hip line. The hip line was like 8. Don't forget we have already cut half. I'm taking it to 7. I'll just, it depends on what you want. I'll just slant it. I forgot to tell you, there's an extension down beneath too. I have a reason of putting it so that one side will not be, when after joining you notice that the length looks as if it wants to be shorter than, as in the back will be shorter than. That's why I extended the neck, so that you can, it will ease you while bending it, you won't have stress. So this is it. Please watch my previous video on how to make YouTube, so that you can on how to make jumpsuit, so you could use that same procedure to bring out your pocket. But this is what we have for the pants. The pocket, like I said, watch the previous video so you could learn how to fix the pocket. Thank you very much. Hope you learned something new. Don't fail to subscribe, share and like my videos. Thank you very much.